Abies concolor. And this is a really unusual one. This one here has many different sports on it. You can see that it's not its typical excurrent self with a pointy top or totally pyramid shape. It has actually started to put out variations of the species. So if you take a look, I'm going to take you closer to the tree, and I just think this is really funny to look at. When you see something like this, and I like going into old cemeteries because this is where you see a lot of this. You see it because the trees are typically not disturbed much and they're here for a long period of time. I'm at Holy Sepulchre Cemetery and I see some really unusual ones here. This one here is sporting right up in here and over here and around back. So let's take a look and see what we can find. First of all, the needles are on the upper sides of the branches. They kind of curve around, so you can actually see that here with the needles curving around up, and the branches are fairly flat, and the foliage is bluish color. And if we go over here, we could see a branch that is no longer hanging down but pointing upward. And on this one here, there's actually a new tree growing off of it. We'll come out here and take a look, see what it looks like. See this new tree that has grown on the branch? And this one over here, see how it has the top, the excurrent shape of the tree. And sometimes, and the foliage on this looks a little bit different too. And if we come around back, let's go around back side of the tree, we'll actually see some more changes in the tree. Oops, to watch the holes here. There's another branch right here that's pointing upward. I saw this tree from afar and I was like, what in the world is it doing? Notice this one here, this branch here is very tufted. It's not typical either. Here's a typical one out here going slightly up, but the rest of them are bunched, look more like a miniature tree form. This one here in particular looks like a miniature tree form as opposed to a standard tree. So this is an excurrent tree exhibiting lots of mutations. And one of the other things too is the aspect ratio of the stems are usually, sorry about that, are usually small comparison to the trunk. But if you look at these branches that have all these different trees coming off of them, they're very, very big. Let's take a close look when we go inside here. You can see how, come around this way because the sun is, see how big those branches are? This branch, that branch. They're not small like these are, which is typical. These are really, really big. And they're creating something new on the tree. So a lot of times people will come to old cemeteries and look for sporting on trees that may deliver a new form of tree. And remember I said form, because these trees, if they're a sport, doesn't necessarily mean that they'll breed true, which means they won't create the same exact tree again in their reproductive cycle. So you have to be mindful of that. So yeah, it's really fascinating. So again, this is Abies concolor, and it is the concolor for a great Christmas tree, a really great Christmas tree. So yeah.